Replacing your cooktop with a new unit is an easy way to update your kitchen. Cooktops come in two types, electric and gas, and they generally come in two standard widths, 30-inch and 36-inch, though exact dimensions may vary slightly depending on the manufacturer. Before you purchase your replacement cooktop, you must get an accurate measurement of the existing cutout in your countertop, as well as the spaces around and under the cabinet. To do that, you'll need to lift up or remove your current cooktop. You'll also need a Phillips head screwdriver, a tape measure, and a notepad to write down the measurements. Before you begin, you need to shut off the power or gas to the cooktop. For an electric model, locate the circuit breaker and turn it off, and note the amperage for that switch at the box. Older cooktops might have used a 30-amp circuit, while newer cooktops may require a 40 or 50-amp circuit. For a gas cooktop, locate the shutoff valve that supplies the gas to the unit and turn it off. To do this, turn the shutoff lever so that it's perpendicular to the supply line. Most gas cooktops use electricity to light the burners, so unplug or disconnect the power supply first. Once the gas flow is turned off, turn on all of the burners to release any gas that might still be trapped in the cooktop. Turn on your exhaust hood to vent the gas and remove the grates. From underneath, undo any screws that connect the cooktop to the counter. Then carefully lift the cooktop out. You may need to remove caulking or trim around the cooktop to access the cutout for an accurate measurement. Set the screws and trim aside. For an electric cooktop, make a note or take a picture of how the wiring is connected to the unit, as the new cooktop will connect the same way. Now you're ready to measure. Begin by measuring the left to right width and the front to back length of the cutout, and write those measurements down. Remember, your new cooktop will have a lip that will overlap the cutout by 1/2 to 1 inch. Next, measure the space between the back edge of the cutout and the back wall, and the space from the front edge of the cutout to the front of your countertop, and write those down. You'll also want to measure the space below the existing countertop, since the depth of new units may vary. This is especially important if you are replacing or upgrading to a unit with built-in downdraft ventilation, or if you are installing the cooktop over an existing built-in oven. Finally, measure the height from your countertop to the nearest cabinet on both sides of the cutout. If you don't have an overhead hood or under-cabinet microwave installed, you'll also need to measure the height from the countertop to the bottom of any unprotected cabinet. Now you can reinstall your existing cooktop. Be sure to screw the unit into the brackets and turn on the circuit breaker. For a gas unit, make sure all burners are turned off and turn the gas valve back to the on position. A few other things to consider. If you plan on upgrading a 30-inch cooktop to a 36-inch cooktop, make sure your cabinet can accommodate the bigger size. And if you're converting from gas to electric or vice versa, you'll want to hire a professional installer to run new power or gas supply lines according to your local building code requirements. With these measurements in hand, you're ready to start shopping. Every manufacturer will have specification documents available for reference, so you'll have a good idea which cooktops are a good fit for your space. Good luck, and thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.